vendeuse en pause allume morose sa deuxième cigarette. Sur le trottoir arrière, les galeries Lafayette.
La route, c'est...
Elle est pas malheureuse, la petite vendeuse, et de loin on dirait presque du bonheur quand l'antidepresseur...
Welcome to WannaGoBiking. As you can see, I am now in Lux. Beautifully named little village. I'm not sure if I find much luxury on my ride today because I'm going to have to climb 14 climbs. I just noticed they're not going to be super long or super tough, I don't think. But after spending a beautiful night at my host's, the first time for me that I encountered a deaf couple that are actually hosting people. But everything went absolutely splendid. I can wholeheartedly recommend the place. Super nice. So I'll put a link down below if you're in the neighborhood. I was very happy to have been catered for. And today's ride is going to be firstly northwesterly, then we head down south and hopefully encounter, I think, 3 villages that are on the most beautiful villages list today. So, all right, let's do it. On y va, c'est parti. Well, if this doesn't make you want to go cycling, then I don't know what will. Youhou!
Une vendeuse en pause, vêtue comme impose le grand magasin. Du côté livraison,
That's a very white church. This is the start of my second of 14 climbs. Let's see how this one is.
presque du bonheur quand l'antidépresseur fait enfin de l'effet. Rayon maroquinerie, elle attise l'envie.
La bastide.
Vend des jolis sacs à la mode et de marque qu'elle ne peut pas acheter.
You can definitely see a different style of houses here. So I can only assume this is the Basque style. It's quite pretty. Well, more later I hope. What a glorious morning of riding. Maybe the best so far. Not counting the top of Bisque, but that's hors catégorie.
Presque du bonheur quand l'antidépresseur fait enfin de l'effet. Je laisse ma vendeuse à ses babioles coûteuses, à mes souvenirs. L'espère heureuse, rien ne s'y oppose, ça s'appelle l'avenir. Adieu ma vendeuse, ne sois pas malheureuse. Je voudrais te le dire, mais je dois m'enfuir, le vigile me poursuit. Revenu en cachette, bonnet et lunettes.
So that will be a formation then. This is typically Basque.
Côté rayon, pas de
Oh, see if that's a square where we can get a coffee.
Maintenant où es-tu? Je ne le serai plus, salaud de Cupidon. Te garder près de moi, je t'ai mise
Well, as pretty as this little village is, it's a bit disappointing not to be helped at the restaurant bar. Of course, it's lunchtime, but after 10 minutes, right, then I'll get my coffee elsewhere today. Fingers crossed. Right, out of La bastide-Clairence is a 5k climb. That's steep. Not good. Oh la la. Well, this is a mere 13%. That's a whole lot better than 20. I'm going downhill and an uphill, so I thought the average would be 4%. I think I end up doing 10 plus again in a minute. It's a tough climb, but it kind of makes it worth it, right? Oh wow. Oh yeah. Hey, hello. Did not expect them. Came from down there, still going down. 7 more climbs, but I do hope this was the worst one because it was horrible. 20% at times. It's not good. Well, a few donkeys live on the road. It's kind of funny. Yeah, the day turned out better than I expected in terms of weather. So yeah, cool. Right, let's just descend and then go up again. Arjan, Cambo-les-Bains. Okay. Cambo-les-Bains. for me, those are always the hardest moments when you feel like the legs are slowly giving way. But then again, there's a reason for that, so it's about time for a little history lesson. You might just well skip ahead the next few minutes. Alright, on y va.
Par des chemins difficiles.
Time for a little history lesson. As I may or may not have told you in this series, or this third part of this series in France, it is for me a bit of a trip down memory lane, and I think this one's quite fitting as well. I am now in the area called Pas de Roland, and I was a bit mistaken. I thought this would be the place where Roland, being the nephew of Charlemagne in 775-ish, 780, something like that, who got killed around these parts. I think it was up a hill, Roncevaux, and not here, so I'm not quite sure why they call this Pas de Roland as well. Logics aside, I think this is correlated to the very famous knight called Roland, and he was very famous for a few reasons. Firstly, because his story got told. In fact, it became pretty much the first known French piece of literature around 1050 to 1100. Historians deemed it really as the first major work of French literature, and sort of poems, if you will. And they depict, of course, the story of Roland, and also, I think, forming the idea of what a knight is like or should be. So anything we now seem to know about how knighthood is and what knighthood is pretty much formed from those stories. So yeah, that's around these parts. So, and I think about 30k away is the Roncevaux col, where the whole army of said Roland was defeated, and he was actually defeated because he and his army had been plundering around the Basque country, and the Basques were obviously quite upset with that, and they pretty much destroyed him when they retreated over that Roncevaux pass. And why is that relevant to me, actually? Well, I did study Roman cultures and languages for a little bit a billion years ago, and this is one of the very few things I seem to remember. It was a captivating story, so that's why you remember those things, right? But now, unfortunately, I have to make my way up, and yeah, it's going to be tough. But, well, I still have quite a bit of time, I think, today. So let's go up again, and we should be heading towards Espelette, which is very known for its peppers, I believe. Never had one, I don't think. And maybe one or two other places of importance. So, see you there.
Ainsi va la
Seems like Mount Everest up there.
Mais chaque jour est un jour de sursis. Ainsi va la vie. Attention, tu n'as pas le droit de manquer un instant. Et même si t'as pas dans ton verre du whisky ou de la bière, un coup de joie, ça fera l'affaire, ça met la tête à l'envers. Et pour l'âme immortelle, on verra si c'est vrai. Non, 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 tu n'as pas le droit de manquer un instant de joie.
So I'm now in Ainhoa. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, to be honest, and I'm not even going to try the Basque name for it. And this one should be on the most beautiful villages list as well. And as you can see, the houses are quite characteristically Basque, and really like its this style. The funny thing is, it kind of reminds me of the hat that the winner of the Classica San Sebastian gets to wear after they finish. But it's probably a very ill comparison, but that's the thing that comes to my mind. Well, the good news is I'm off that heavy duty road. Bad news is it's a tough climb. Oh, this is great. Private property, and I have to go up there. And now, well, it had to happen eventually, of course, but a bit frustrating, so close to the finish. So I'll have to head back to the busy road. It should be a few kilometers of a detour, but maybe less climbing. We'll soon find out. All right, talk to you later. Cherche bruit, fantastic name. Looking for noise. Well, I've arrived at my hotel, 5 o'clock, very early for me. Got a fabulous place for my bike. I don't think anyone's going to steal it anytime soon. This is my outlook. Brilliant. Wow, what an epic ride. I absolutely love this beautiful countryside. And well, it kind of does remind me, of course, of the Basque country on the other side of the frontier where I've been a few years ago. And I very much love that as well. So yeah, that makes sense. The only tough parts today were the hills. They were very, very steep in parts, but other than that, yay, fabulous ride. And tomorrow a relatively short one, 55-60k to Donostia, San Sebastian, and that will be the end of what I set out to do 3 years ago, going from the northeast to the southwest of France. Well, France, Spain actually then, but yeah, strange feeling. Well, anyway, I hope you did enjoy it so far, and you will be with me for the last episode that should follow this one. But at any rate, as always, enjoy your own rides, stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Au revoir, salut. Ainsi va la